You're sitting in that brand new car, engine humming, leather smelling like success, and your phone lights up. $500 due in 3 days. And you smile because it's only $500. Look, that affordable car payment is financial suicide. Banks and dealerships love you. You're literally paying for the math of slavery. The invisible enemy? Interest and depreciation. The math doesn't lie, but your ego does. You tell yourself it's reliable, you deserve it, it's just transportation, it's just $500. That's what average people say before they stay average forever. You don't feel broke, you feel upgraded, mature, successful. But that $500 isn't a payment, it's a wealth extraction system. And over a lifetime, it quietly steals over $1.2 million from you. Not dramatically, silently. And the worst part, you'll defend it. My name's Dexon, and I spend way too much time thinking about the $500 car payment, how it steals $1.2 million over a lifetime. If you're someone who works hard, earns decent money, but still feels like you're never really getting ahead, hit subscribe and like. Today, we're ripping the mask off one of the most socially accepted financial traps in modern life, and it's parked in your driveway. Let's attack the sacred cow. Car payments are normal. Normal? So is being broke at 65. Here's what they don't tell you. The dealership doesn't care if you build wealth. The bank doesn't care if you retire early. The finance manager doesn't care if you're quietly broke. They care that you qualify. That's it. This is a trap disguised as progress. You walk in driving a paid-off car worth $8,000. You walk out with a $35,000 car and a $500 monthly obligation. And everyone claps. Promotion? New car. New job? New car. Feeling behind in life? New car. This isn't transportation, it's a subscription to looking successful. Cars are the only major purchase where you borrow money to buy something that immediately loses value. You finance depreciation. You literally pay interest on something that's shrinking. Imagine buying an ice cube for $35,000 and agreeing to pay extra so it melts faster. That's what a financed car is. But $500 monthly payments hide the violence, because $500 feels small until you zoom out. Let's remove emotion. A $500 car payment is $6,000 per year. That doesn't sound terrifying. Now multiply it by 40 years from age 25 to 65. That's $240,000 out of pocket. And most people stop the math there. That's the mistake. If instead of sending $500 to a bank every month, you invested $500 per month into an index fund averaging 8% annually, the result over 40 years is approximately $1.55 million. Even at 7%, you're still around $1.2 million. The same $500, one decision drives it, the other compounds it. Let's zoom in. 10 years of investing $500 per month at 8% grows to about $91,000. Instead, after 10 years of car payments, you have a heavily depreciated vehicle worth maybe $5,000. 20 years at $500 per month invested at 8% grows to roughly $295,000, nearly $300,000. Instead, you've cycled through multiple cars, rolled negative equity, and reset the debt clock repeatedly. 30 years at that same rate becomes about $745,000, $750,000. But you're still saying it's just transportation. Break it down daily. $500 per month is about $16.67 per day. You would never consciously light a $20 bill on fire every day for 40 years. But when it's wrapped in leather seats and a touchscreen, you call it responsible. Small habit, massive destruction. That's how average people stay average. Quietly broke. This isn't just math, it's psychology. Your brain is wired for survival, not wealth. When you drive a new car, you get status, validation, dopamine, approval. It signals that you're winning, even if your net worth is zero. FOMO kicks in, ego kicks in, comparison kicks in, your coworker upgrades, your neighbor upgrades, social media upgrades. Suddenly, your perfectly functional car feels like failure. Marketing weaponizes insecurity. Dealership ads don't show amortization schedules. They show mountain roads and smiling families. They sell identity. You buy debt. And the dangerous part? You think it's responsible, reliable, safe. Only 72 months, only 6 years. But 6 years is 6 years of future cash flow gone. You aren't buying a car, you're selling future freedom. And your ego protects the decision because admitting it was wrong hurts. So you defend the payment and sacrifice the compounding. This is what 99% of financial gurus will never tell you. The problem isn't the car. It's the lifestyle inflation addiction. First, cap cap your car's value at 10% of your annual income. If you make $60,000 per year, your car should be around $6,000, not $30,000. Transportation is a tool. Tools don't need to impress people. They need to work. Second, drive it at least 10 years. The average person replaces a car every 5 to 7 years because boredom feels like a problem. Stretch ownership and break the financing cycle. Once the car is paid off, invest the $500. 5 years of investing $500 per month at 8% grows to roughly $36,000. That's from delaying an upgrade. Third, separate identity from transportation. If your car is your personality, you're financially fragile. Wealthy people buy assets first and toys later. Average people buy toys first and promise to invest later. Later rarely comes. If you invested $500 per month from age 25 to 40, just 15 years at 8%, you'd have about $173,000. Then you stop contributing and let it compound until 65. That alone grows to over $550,000 without adding another dollar. That's what early discipline does. The first 100K is a nightmare, but once you're past it, the math does the work for you. This isn't about never enjoying life. It's about understanding the cost of pretending. That $500 car payment isn't evil. It's expensive, and most people can't afford the long-term math of their short-term ego. Average buys liabilities. Wealth buys time. Stop financing your image. Start financing your future. Stop being average. Subscribe for the truth.